dokumen-dokumen yang harus ada di kantor notar PPAT itu, dan itu diajarkan oleh 3 orang notaris PPAT yang sudah berpengalaman.
Doctoral programs of legal studies at Diponegoro University is one of the best in Indonesia.
Jadi kita membuka 2 jalur, yang pertama tadi melalui sistem perkuliahan, yang kedua adalah dengan riset, dan bahkan sekarang riset secara murni tanpa ada kuliah.
Fakultas Hukum Undip ini adalah salah satu fakultas hukum yang terkemuka di Indonesia. Kiprahnya di tingkat nasional itu ditandai oleh banyaknya pemikir-pemikir yang berkontribusi di dalam berhukum.
Di sidang ujian ya, doktor itu mahasiswa diuji ya selama kurang lebih 2 jam untuk mempresentasikan isi dari disertasinya, dan juga untuk mempertahankan ya dari katakanlah serbuan pertanyaan-pertanyaan dari para penguji.
Fakultas hukum kita ini ya, walaupun diganti beberapa generasi, saya kira arahnya sudah jelas bahwa kita ingin menciptakan SDM hukum untuk dapat menegakkan nilai-nilai hukum di dalamnya.
Sinergi antara Universitas dan Fakultas Hukum Universitas Diponegoro sudah berjalan dengan kuat, tetapi dengan kemandirian yang ada, Fakultas Hukum Universitas Diponegoro tidak hanya menapakkan sayapnya di tingkat nasional, tetapi di tingkat global. Apalagi sekarang sudah dibuka adanya International Undergraduate Program yang merupakan langkah-langkah awal dan langkah-langkah yang lebih maju dalam menuju kualitas global dari Fakultas Hukum Universitas Diponegoro.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saat ini Fakultas Hukum semakin luar biasa. Ini terlihat dari prestasi mahasiswa dan sarana prasarana yang ada. Kami senantiasa memberikan pelayanan yang terbaik untuk seluruh mahasiswa, baik S1, S2 maupun S3. Kami juga berusaha memberikan fasilitas kepada seluruh dosen dan tenaga kependidikan untuk mengembangkan kompetensinya. Ini semua dalam rangka untuk mewujudkan Fakultas Hukum mencetak kader bangsa yang semakin berkualitas dan berintegritas menuju world class university. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin our welcome ceremony. So please have a seat and make yourself comfortable. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Professor Dr. Reno Saraswati, SHM, Dean of Faculty of Law, Universitas Diponegoro. The Honorable Visiting Lecturer, Associate Professor Salawati Madbasir, LLB, LLM, PhD, the Lecturer of Law Faculty, the National University of Malaysia. The Honorable Professor Dr. Denny Nugroho Sugianto, STMSE, Chairman of the World Class University Task Force, Universitas Diponegoro. The Honorable Vice Dean 1 for Academic and Student Affairs, Law Faculty, Universitas Diponegoro, Dr. Trilaksmi Indraswari, SHM. The Honorable Heads of Study Programs in Law Faculty, Universitas Diponegoro, the Honorable Heads of Departments in Law Faculty Universitas Diponegoro, the Honorable Manager and Supervisors in the Faculty of Law Universitas Diponegoro. A very warm welcome we bid to our honored guests from Faculty of Law, the National University of Malaysia, to our campus Faculty of Law Universitas Diponegoro. I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for your presence at this memorable occasion. It is indeed a pleasure to have you all today. And thank God for the abundance of His blessings and His grace given to us, so that this morning we could gather here in this welcome ceremony. Before we begin this ceremony, please allow me to read the rundown of ceremony this morning. First, singing the national anthem Indonesia Raya. We will be singing symbolic or playback. We would like to encourage audience to listening with respectfully. Second, welcome speech from Dean of Faculty of Law Universitas Diponegoro. Third, the speech from our visiting lecturer, Associate Professor Sawati Matbashir, LLB, LLM, PhD. Fourth, the speech from Chair of the World Class University Task Force Universitas Diponegoro, Professor Dr. Denny Nugroho Sugianto, STMSE. Last but not least, fifth, photo session. We hope that you don't mind to take pictures together. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we are now going to listen the national anthem Indonesia Raya. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to listen to the welcome speech delivered by our Dean Faculty of Law, Universitas Diponegoro, Professor Dr. Reno Saraswati, SHM. The time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Professor Denny Nugroho, Honorable Vice Dean for Academic Matters, Honorable our special guests from the National University of Malaysia, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, Associate Professor Salawati Matbashir, LLB, LLM, PhD, the lecturer, student, and distinguished guests, greeting to all of you. Good morning. It is my great pleasure to be here at opening ceremony of visiting Professor 2020 with all of you. First of all, let us say thanks to the God who has been giving us guidance and prosperity so we can gather here without any obstacle. It is big hope you are all in a good condition, even in unprecedented times or this pandemic. On behalf of Universitas Diponegoro Faculty of Law, I would like to say welcome to our visiting professor program, Dr. Salawati. Welcome, Doctor. Welcome to our beloved Faculty of Law, a place that we call as a home to us, even in virtual, but we still send the warmth regard and keep pretending that you still present in among us here. We do hope you can visit us again in future or as soon as possible. Our faculty always will come and wait for you. As we know, in this special moment, I am proudly to announce and declare that our Faculty of Law is very happy and an honor to collaborate with National University of Malaysia to present this prestigious visiting professor. This visiting professor is one of program to uphold and to implement the inquiry to be world-class university. Personally, I do hope with this visiting professor would be give mutual beneficial and significant implication in our education, especially in development of student quality and a friendship between university partners. I also confident to say that this collaboration is a good start and good opportunity, not only for universities, but also to both two countries, Indonesia and Malaysia. In addition, I would like to express my gratitude and thanks UKM and Dr. Salawati for participating in our visiting professor program. I hope this program and collaboration will always continue and definitely sustain not only for short-term relationship, but also in long-term relationship. Please enjoy our home and our hospitality. Finally, I would like to close my welcome speech by wishing this visiting professor every success for Dr. Salawati. Please enjoy the 10 days with us in our beloved faculty. For your attention, I say thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Reno Saraswati SHM for the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to listen to the speech delivered by our visiting lecturer. Associate Professor Salawati Matbasir LLB, LLM PhD, you might take the floors.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. First of all, I cannot say more than very happy despite I'm meeting all of you just virtual. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much to the Faculty of Law, Undip's Dean, Prof. Dr. Reno Saraswati. We met last year. I met her also when she was visiting us somewhere in 2018. It is a very, very honor and pleasure for me to work together with Undip, especially after my first visit last year. I actually programmed myself. I said, okay, I want to come by 2020, very serious and sit down, because even though I have only 1 day visit last year, but it's a really full day. I really full my time with the lecturers, with the students, even with the MOOTS, International Jessup MOOTS, Mootings competitions participant. So I believe that even though about 48 hours, KL, Semarang, Kuala Lumpur, but it's really useful for me. So when Mr. Pulung asked me that whether I would like to join again this year, of course I want. One thing that I think that why I'm getting more close to Indonesia rather than Malaysia nowadays is because that my research and also many of my peer studies is now many of them come from Indonesia. Not to mention about the family heritage. I think that most of the Malaysians, Malay, we have the connection with Indonesians. So I think that is make me feel more comfortable. So this opportunity for me is a very important. My position now is as a legal advisor of university, give me more advantage to do more research and also to see the reality, especially during this pandemic. This morning, I already have one class, labor law with your students. I think I'm quite surprised, not quite surprised, I'm very surprised because it's 7 o'clock Indonesian time and 8 o'clock in Malaysia. But the presence of the students, the question by the student, I think still 18 question not yet answered because of the time restraint. I'm very surprised because for me, the student come up with something that's fresh and to show that their ability to be there. This is something that we have to appreciate. I don't want to be biased. I think for those who know me, I'm very transparent. And I believe that if this kind of quality of your student that you have, and you continue to have that, I'm not surprised to see Undip to be the law school #1 in Indonesia, or it can be in Southeast Asia too. Because I think the work hard from the lecturers and the program like this is make the student more open mind, and also they come up with the idea that what's next for them. So even though the topic is only labor law, but we come up in the real situation during the pandemic, and I make a comparison between Malaysia, Indonesia, and also ASEAN country and all over the world. And I see that the student catch up me very fast within 1.5 hours. And we have to let go another 18th question because there is not time for me, and we will continue again in another lecture. This is something that very good started for me, because when we are already total lockdown now in my area, it's really distress. It's really stress for us, and that is not the situation that we expected when I was in Undip last year. I really want to come back again to Semarang, this time longer time, but then suddenly this thing happens. But this thing, I think, also have its own advantage, because now we know the reality. Who is the government? Who is the lecturer? Who is the student? And also challenge us how we can interact with the student just through the virtual. And of course, it's not easy, because I think at the beginning, we're having a really havoc situation in my university, because most of the lecturers said, how I want to do online lecture. What else? Online exam. And as you know that Prof and others, my colleague there, not all students can afford a good internet and also a Wi-Fi. And not all students come from a rich family. So some back already in rural area and there is no connection. Some have to use the hotspots. So all of this is a very challenging time to all of us here in Malaysia. And I think this is also that we discussed this morning with the student, which I look like the student are very mature in give their ideas and also their determination. I'm very proud of them. Without prejudice, I'm very proud of them. And I believe that this is the future of Indonesian leaders. It is already in your faculty. So I think the lecturer just need to nurture them to be a good and always perform very well. And as for me, that I see that I have another 9 days together with all the programs in Undip. It's really make me really take this thing. Actually, this is my first time after 15 years as a lecturer with UKM. I got the opportunity to become a visiting professor in universities, other universities. So of course, I will not take this thing for granted. I'm preparing myself very well for this, because I think I appreciate whatever cooperation and this opportunity that given to me by Undip. This is a golden opportunity. Some people are maybe running to look at Europe universities, US universities, but I always see another way around. For me, I do believe we have a very good university around us. The only thing is we always love to look down, because for us, that's not the world standard. Actually, it's wrong. Actually, the potential university is around us. I don't want to compare with NUS because too cliche. but I'm comparing myself with other colleagues from other country, and I see that Indonesia having a very much potential towards that. And I also believe that your government are very serious to ensure that Indonesian university also will be on top of the world ranking. And I see that the determination now. I can see that many of my peers in international law start to write in Q1, Q2 was. So I think this is a very good start, and I don't want to lose that opportunity. So now with many of my former students in Undip, that might not make like I treat them as my ex-student. No, I treat them as my peers also. So I believe with this, I can share whatever knowledge that I have with the students, with the lecturers, with all the parties there. Because for me, you are not going to be a good educator. I always believe that myself as educator rather than a lecturer. Because for me, the very best is when you can educate someone to be more better in their life. So that is the best part when you become a lecturer. When you can contribute, you can share the idea, and you can change the thinking of one of a student. Even you got 1,000 students, but one student can you change by what you educate them. I think that is the biggest success as a lecturer. So I think there is no words from me, because I am very happy. I take this opportunity as a very, very important, and I also want to ensure that these things will be more and more in future. So with this, I thank you, Prof. Dr. Retno as a dean, and also all my friends there and my colleague there. I want to see you in person again, definitely. And I hope that this pandemic will go away so I can bring my family to Semarang. And I also want to ensure that all the program with me will be on time, and I will do my best to whatever I can to ensure this program will come very successful. So thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Associate Professor Salawati Matbasir, LLB, MPhD, for your speech. It is honor for us that you have willing to be a visiting lecturer in our campus virtually, and you are willing to share your knowledge and your experience on our campus. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to listen to the speech delivered by the chairman of the world-class university, Task Force Universitas Diponegoro, Professor Dr. Denny Nugroho Sugianto, SMSE. The time is yours.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih, Bu Anggita. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. The Honorable Dean Faculty of Law, Prof. Retno Saraswati, and the Honorable Keynote Speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Salawati Matbasir from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. And my name is Denny Nugroho Sugianto, Head of Reputation Office, University Diponegoro. First of all, I would like to thank the Dean Faculty of Law, Professor Retno, along with all the resources in the faculty that organized this valuable seminar for visiting professor program entitled Law Enforcement in the Pandemic Era. I, on behalf of Universitas Diponegoro, I would like to welcome in particular Associate Professor Dr. Salawati Matbasir from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, and the participant to this webinar. Internationalization has become a crucial part in the direction and policy of the higher education institution in Indonesia, or maybe in many places around the world. Internationalization is not only a process that involves continuous effort, but also a goal that must be achieved. Internationalization is an approach to equalize higher education institutions with other institutions nationally and maybe globally in terms of the quality of education and graduate in global outlook. Universitas Diponegoro is also making effort to increase the international outlooks through so many programs, such as visiting professor like this. Through this program, we aim to get more international perspective on issues and problem faced by the global society. By that, we believe I will expand to point of view and broadening the knowledge of our academic community, but the student and lecturer. In additional, the extension to this webinar, we hope the collaboration will not end it after the webinar, Prof. And the opposite, we hope that this webinar will bring more variation from form of collaboration between Universitas Diponegoro and University Kebangsaan Malaysia. In this time where the COVID-19 still massively changed the way we live of life, nearly no file that has not been impacted by that health, nature, economy, social, technology, and law enforcement. The law enforcement in the pandemic era will be very interesting to discuss, especially when we see it from a different background, country wise and social wise. I hope the knowledge transfer and discussion in this webinar will give us a glimpse of perspective on how the transformation of law enforcement in the pandemic era. I hope that this webinar will be beneficial for all of the participants, the speakers, Universitas Diponegoro, and continuous collaboration in particular. Thank you very much. So, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sukses, Bu Dekan, matur nuwun semuanya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Denny Nugroho Sugianto, STMSE, for your speech. Ladies and gentlemen, now we hold a photo session. We are welcome to all of you to take a position. Please turn on your camera. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please turn on your camera because after this we have a photo session. The photo session will be on my sign. On my sign. 1, 2, 3. Take a look to big camera. Okay, once again. 1, 2, 3. Take a look to the monitor. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the end of our ceremony. It has been great and wonderful morning with all of you. After this, we would like to invite you to an informal discussion in this room. For Associate Professor Salwati Madbasir, LBLM, PhD, we hope that you will enjoy in our faculty virtually. Thank you very much for your attendance. Good morning, and let's continue to the informal sessions.